Hello everyone, welcome back to some more of the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. Last time, we got to see a few more things. Gina gave her testimony, and we started to see something going, not wrong per se, but some stuff that shouldn't be going in our favor, or is all of a sudden going in our favor. Like, what's it called? It turns out, it seems like the evidence or something might have been changed because the coach place looks different now and everything like that, and it's weird. Another thing we got to see is McGilded basically manipulating not just the audience, but also the jury and even the judge. Like, basically talking about how, oh, no, what's it called? What did he say? Oh, right, he said, like, oh, I didn't kill the guy. I was helping this child escape so she doesn't get caught up in all this. And then even now where we're like, oh, how did the killer get in? Well, they came in through the skylight. Oh, yeah, well, then that means the two people up there must be aware. And then, what's it called? McGilded just pops in like, oh, hey, yeah, well, maybe they didn't say because they couldn't say because they were accomplices. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's literally guiding us into believing he's innocent and what's it called? Taking out everybody else. Like, literally, sorry, I just need to clear my throat for a second. So, there we go. Sorry, talking like that sometimes literally just messes my throat up. But, yeah, he's like, McGill's literally just like manipulating people, which makes sense. He's, what's it called? A Shylock, a loan officer. Of course he does that. Beyond that though, yeah, apparently these two were still here, and they decided that they want to give some testimony to kind of disprove McGilded's claims. Oh, and if I sound better this video than last time, it's because I have a new condenser microphone, complete with like a pop filter and things. So, yeah, I can't make any excuses if my content isn't that good. It's literally only me. Anyways, so yeah, you might hear my voice sound a bit more clearer, as well as the game audio itself. I have to fiddle with things again, but yeah, my mic at least should at the very least sound a lot better. With that being said, I guess let's just get started refuting the accusation. We were the only two people. On up on that roof deck. Dead or alive. I can swear to that. If anything had happened where we were sitting, don't you think one or the other of us would have noticed? In any case, neither of us know the first thing about the victim. We had no reason to kill the man. The skylight was shut the entire time, I tell you. We couldn't possibly have opened it. If you're so sure the victim fell through the skylight, where's your proof?
I must say that on listening to this testimony, it is somewhat hard to imagine how either witness could have performed any malevolent act on this open rooftop deck, without the other noticing forthwith.
I hope that sounds good. On the last microphone, when I did deep voices, it peaked, so whatever.
That's right, you see.
We're innocent, I tell you. Although, logically, of course, the argument falls down if the two of you were in collusion with one another.
What?
Huh?
According to investigations by Scotland Yard, the two witnesses share no common dealings.
Well, I don't trust coppers any more than I trust the stinking rich. something doesn't feel right here. The trial is going in our favor, really. So why do I feel so uneasy?
Counsel for the defense, over to you. Your cross-examination, please.
Yes, my lord. Alright. Let's see whatever the heck we can come up with. There. Again, sorry if the audio sounds a bit weird if you hear me clicking. Literally, I never had a pop filter before, or any of this stuff, so I'm still kind of getting used to it. Oh well. So, let's see what we got here. The only two people up on the roof deck, dead or alive. Other one would have noticed. We had no reason to kill the man. I feel like this is a lie, isn't it?
Hold it!
So, you had never met Mr. Thrice-Fired Mason before? Does it... Oh, the vicar... Okay, never mind then. Oh, Lume?
Oh, Lama, no. Not once. Never.
He'd never met the man before, he said. Never. And you, Mr. First, had no prior dealings with the victim, either? That's right, sir. Hatters don't have much to do with brickmakers, to be perfectly honest, sir.
No, I imagine not.
You see? How many different ways can I put this? Neither of us have the remotest connection to the gentlemen who were inside the cabin. You got something to say, McGilded?
Excuse me!
Mr. McGilded? Yes, Counsel. What can I be doing you for? Did the witness's last statement give you pause for thought somehow? Not the remotest connection. Is that right now? I wonder. Huh? So they do have a connection.
What are you insinuating now?
Mr. Fairplay. It has been too long, so it has. Huh? If I'm not very much mistaken, I believe 'tis fast approaching, is it not? Your repayment date.
I beg your pardon?
You borrowed 20 guineas from me, sir. An unconscionable rate of interest. You tricked me. It's extortion. Well now, isn't that a touch of begrudgery? Is that a touch of begrudgery, is it? The sort of begrudgery that might motivate a fellow to pass his crimes off on another? Yeah, look at this. He's literally setting up a motive. And young Mr. First. Me, sir? What do you want with me, sir? You don't be making hats for a living, do you not? That there top hat sliding about on your head. Is that one of your own creations, is it? I'm still just an apprentice, you understand. I'm learning to find the perfect fit for whatever fine gent walks through the door. The perfect fit, is it? Well, 'tis a very distinctive design, so it is. Many customers like it, I tell you. They like a distinctive touch. Customers, such as Thrice-Fired Mason? Wait, what? There was a photographic print of the victim submitted as evidence of form, my lord.
This you mean?
Yeah? I can't help thinking that the poor fellow's hat looks distinctly familiar, wouldn't you say? Yeah, the patchwork design. Yeah, the patchwork design. I mean, it's not like hodgepodge like Mr. First's own, but I mean, you could say it's similar. But look at him, he's literally establishing a motive for both of them. That's one of my hats. Hi, that it is. So, it would seem that the brickmaker was a customer of yours. The sort of customer, I'd wager, you could have had a wee quarrel with over the distinctiveness of the goods.
Oh, no, sir. Absolutely not, sir.
Well, there's really nothing more to add. It wouldn't be right to say that these two fellas here haven't the remotest connection to the victim, you see. I rest my case.
Yeah? He's not only discrediting them, but he's also providing a motive so that we think they're guilty.
You little weasel. Ah!
He's better at this than I am. Gosh, Mr. McGillicuddy has certainly been thorough in his research, hasn't he?
Please, don't let me let an interruption hold up the proceedings.
Yeah? The skylight was shut the entire time.
Hold
Are
it!
you sure about that? Yeah, are you quite certain about that? That the skylight was shut the entire time?
I'm going to lose my block with you in a minute.
He's going to lose back with you in a minute. That's what he said.
Take a look for yourself. Go on. See? It's shot fast now, just like it was on the night.
Yeah,
So it is, of course. A fella the size of Mr. Mason could likely break through it, still and all.
what?
Just looking at the size of the thing, you understand. Now you hold on a minute there. The size of the thing means nothing. Not on its own. Let's consider the bigger picture here, shall we?
Let's stop biting our cane, shall we? I was riding an omnibus on another occasion when, well, I broke wind, loudly. I shocked myself with it, as it happens.
Sorry, it's literally just... He just says that and the judge is like...
This is an unexpected confession, Mr. First. Oh, I just mean to say, well, the point is, I tried to open the skylight, you see. But, just my luck, I couldn't make it budge. The stench was terrible. Everyone was looking daggers at me, sir. I went as red as a rouge, I did.
Are you expecting me to sentence you?
Oh, no, sir. The point is, the skylight can't be opened. I tried and tried when I was inside the cabin of shame.
Well, that's a lie. Of course, there was no lock. There was no lock inside the inside the cabin. Did I say cane? I meant shame. Yeah, there's no lock inside the cabin.
Excuse me!
Do you have something to say about that, Miss Lestrade? Miss Lestrade. It opens. The skylight. That's what we're talking about, right? All them skylights open. Dead easy. More easily than you can load that weapon? That's a lie, I tell you. Otherwise, when I broke wind, You can't do it from the inside, you mug. Oh.
Look, a few weeks ago, I was up on the roof deck of one of them drugs, and I had a great I had purses come out my ears.
Miss Lestrade, this is not the forum to be eulogizing on the subject of your criminal activities.
Well, anyway, I had a bit of a scare. When I lifted the last bloke's purse, he got wise to me. All four of them surrounded me, so I couldn't hop off the bus and leg it. So, what I did was, I used the skylight, opened the catch and jumped right through.
What?
Yeah, the catch for them skylights is on the top side. That's why you can't open it from the cabin. The skylight opens from the roof deck?
Bailiff! Climb up onto the roof of the omnibus at once and verify this witness's claims.
Yeah, we see it for ourselves. We saw it for ourselves. The lock is right there. If you look from the inside, it ain't.
Oh my hat!
Say?
Order! Order! So, it appears this street girl's statement is quite true.
I don't believe it. The skylight opens. And from the roof deck.
Mr. Naruhodo, this could be the clue we've been looking for. Well, counsel for the defense, please continue with your cross-examination.
Yes, my lord. So, the skylight opens. Maybe I should investigate for myself. Yeah, easy. Because if we investigate the skylight for ourselves, let's open this thing up. So the skylight was fastened shut before. But now the catch has been undone. We should be able to open it. To reveal, if we look from above. No? Okay, yeah, there are. You can certainly see inside the carriage through this opening, that's for sure.
Yes, and there's a lamp in the enclosed cabin, so I'm sure the witnesses would have been able to see quite clearly.
That's not good for us. Yeah? Do we have to go inside to see it? Maybe. Let's see. Yeah, the blood stain on the floor here, literally. That's blood, isn't it? Oh, we already spread through this. So obvious, yet he made no mention of it because it wasn't there before. Obviously. But yeah, if we look up through the roof, what is right under it other than... Oh, snap! There's blood right here. So we did fall through here, huh?
Yes, it does open very wide, doesn't it? Wide enough to kick someone like you through, certainly, Mr. Naruhodo.
Why someone like me?
Ah!
What is it?
Look, just here. Look at this.
That's without question.
It's blood.
Why would there be a blood stain there? Unless he actually fell through there.
Surely, it can't be unrelated to the case, can it?
Ooh, look at this thing changed now. There's a blood stain visible on the frame. Alright, let's head back. See if we can disprove some statements. If you're so sure the victim fell through the skylight, where's your proof? Well, I got it right here for you, Mr. Fairplay.
Objection!
On the night in question, the victim was fatally stabbed in the stomach. And immediately afterwards, the victim's body was pushed through the skylight into the cabin below. Those are the facts, and the irrefutable proof remains clearly visible in the omnibus that stands before us today in this very courtroom.
What?
That's utter humbug. You can't possibly have any evidence.
No, you can't. I mean, we didn't do it, I tell you. It's impossible.
Irrefutable proof. Here, in this courtroom. Counsel!
My lord.
I believe everyone would appreciate a little clarification here, huh? Where exactly within the omnibus is this evidence to which you allude? You will point out what it is that proves the victim fell through the roof deck.
Okay, well, that's easy enough. It's the blood right here. Where is it? Here it is.
Got it!
By Jupiter! Is that blood?
This bloodstain proves two things. Firstly, when the incident occurred, the skylight of the omnibus was open.
What?
And secondly, the victim was already bleeding when he fell through the opening.
Oh my!
And so it follows that Mr. McGilded, who was inside the enclosed cabin himself at the time, cannot possibly be guilty of this crime.
Order! Order! Order!
Hold it!
Who- That's Fairplay's voice? Yeah? Really? Oh, that, like, whatever. But the blood could have been sprayed up there when the fellow was stabbed inside the cabin. Then by that logic, there should be blood everywhere on the side McGilded was sitting on. And all over McGilded. And he only found its way to that one particular spot on the skylight. Sure, and that would be very convenient. And let's keep it in mind that the skylight catch can only be unfastened from the roof deck. I myself wouldn't have been able to open it now, would I?
But, there's no way to know for certain, is there? If they didn't really fell through the skylight, I mean.
Why don't you have a good look at the floor of the cabin between the two seats, Mr. First? 'Tis all too plain, if you see. 'Tis the aftermath that shows the poor fella dropped from a fair height right there, so it is.
What? No! But it can't be. It's all lies!
Hold it!
My fellow jury members, I think we can all agree that this is clear proof of the defendant's innocence, can't we?
I believe we can. Yes, sir. It is clear to me now where the filthy rubbish can be found in this courtroom.
So, they thought they could pull the wool over my eyes, did they? I won't tolerate any of the guilty carriages being sullied with blood. I won't tolerate it.
Oh, I always knew that nice gentleman who gave us that delightful park couldn't have done such a thing.
Okay then, everyone. 1, 2, 3.
Objection!
Oh! I thought we was about to win for a sec. A chilling performance, Mr. McGilded. Oh, and what would you be referring to there now, Lord Van Zeeks? A bloodstain on the frame of the skylight? Such evidence is null and void. What? Why? For one extremely simple reason. That smear of blood never existed.
Objection!
Yeah, it didn't. It looks new. I mean, if we go back and look at the bloodstain itself and compare it to the, what's it called, one on the floor, or no, one on the chair, like, literally, this one looks a bit faded. No more, it's faded, like it's been there for a few days. This, look how red it is. This is like dark red. This is like just dropped there, like neon red. It's new, literally. What are you talking about? It's there for all to see, and it's clearly blood.
Objection!
I personally attended Scotland Yard's investigation of the omnibus. The officers involved went over the carriage with a fine-tooth comb. So, I can state with absolute surety, no such smear of blood existed in the carriage. At least, not until this trial began.
But
Are you suggesting, Lord Van Zeeks, that this stain of blood was fabricated, my lord? Yes, and while this court has been in session.
what?
What a palaver! I must say, I didn't expect such crude reasoning from a prosecutor of your standing, Lord Van Zieks. But I'm Magnus McGilded, a fellow known all over the capital for his fine contributions to public life. I don't take kindly to slander, and I'll fight it to the bitter end. Even if it's rolling off the tongue of the Reaper of the Bailey.
Mr. McGilded, I realize that this is your first appearance in court as the accused. However, I am well aware of your involvement behind the scenes in many great affairs of dubious nature. You're very adept when it comes to avoiding getting your own hands dirty. And each time it happens, a case that you're involved in is investigated, you adapt the facts.
Adapt the facts? What does that even mean?
When you wield a fortune the size of Mr. McGilded's, however ill-gotten it may be, nothing is impossible. Tampering with evidence, manipulating the scene of a crime, bribing witnesses. I toast your ability to concoct the most convenient of stories, sir.
Tut, Lord Van Zieks. This will not do, to be sure. Will it now, counsel? Huh? Oh, no. I think it's fair to say, this does all sound like a rather far-fetched excuse by a desperate man. What the? Okay, sorry. Just something interrupted me there. So, the blood of the skylight didn't exist, you say? But, if yours will all cast your minds back, is it not true that the omnibus has been there in the courtroom this entire time? How could anyone have possibly put a smear of blood in it without the Welderner's wife seeing? Isn't that right now, counsel? It's true. The omnibus has been in full view the entire time that the court has been in session.
My learned friend.
Huh?
Here's to hearing your opinion on this matter, in your own words.
As you wish. Could someone have tampered with the omnibus during this trial? If you're asking me, I think it could have easily been possible, because if you recall, I think the video before last, after McGilded testified, Gina threw a smokescreen in the entire courtroom in an attempt to escape. In other words, McGilded might have used that opportunity to pay someone to fabricate the evidence. As a defense lawyer, it is my job to advocate for the defendant as best I can. But still, I feel as though there's something even more important at stake here. There is no evidence to suggest that the defendant did as my learned friend suggests. However, in terms of having the opportunity to carry out the alleged tampering, there is one possibility.
Oh, good gracious! Explain yourself, counsel.
Yes, there is. It seems my learned Nipponese friend has no intention of running from this deceit.
Deceit?
I'm sure everyone still remembers clearly the recess that we were forced to take, as a result of the smoke grenade fired by the witness currently in the stand, Miss Gina Lestrade. Yeah, during the smoke screen, he could have either done it himself or paid someone to, add the blood there. And empty out the seat now that I think about it. The courtroom was filled with smoke, and everyone was thrown into confusion. All of us were made to leave this chamber. In that brief interval, under the veil of smoke and in all the chaos, It could have been possible to steal inside the omnibus.
Are you wise? What are you trying to pull, you rotten, feckless gouger?
Feckless? Gouger?
You're supposed to be defending me. 'Tis a wicked plot. 'Tis a plot to undermine me, so it is.
Objection!
Whatever you think this is, it changes nothing. The facts are the same. After this courtroom was evacuated earlier as a result of the smoke grenade, a number of inconsistencies materialized in relation to the omnibus.
Inconsistencies, such as...
To start with, the storage compartment underneath the rear passenger seat.
Wow, a lot of peas this walked through, huh?
When the police investigated the omnibus, the compartment was full of the driver's items. Secondly, we have the smear of blood on the edge of the skylight. As I have said, that was not present at the start of the trial this morning.
Unfortunately, Lord Van Zeeks, no one is able to corroborate your claims.
I can. That's true. When the omnibus was first wheeled out, both the storage compartment and the skylight were shut.
Accordingly, I'm afraid to say we cannot establish with any certainty if this evidence is the result of tampering or not.
Indeed, my lord. No doubt, there was not a single person who saw fit to verify such things.
What do you think? Sorry? About the omnibus. Is there anything else unusual about the omnibus? Yeah, there is. That stain on the floor that looks visibly different from the one on the seat. My lord.
Yes, counsel?
There is one further inconsistency. A mark that could surely have not been present at the start of the trial.
What?
What in the devil's name are you going to say now? If you dare to betray me, you little maggot, you'd better be sure watching your back.
Silence, McGilded. The court awaits the defendant's clarification. Or the defense's clarification.
This trial keeps swinging one way and then the other. I have no idea what's the truth and what's deception. What am I supposed to believe here?
I shall have to ask you to elaborate, counsel. Where exactly is this alleged mark you claimed appeared at some point during the trial?
Easily. The mark on the floor.
Got it!
If we consider that the victim fell through the skylight onto the floor of the cabin, you would certainly expect to find signs of blood where he landed. But as far as I recall, this blood stain on the cabin floor was not there when the omnibus was first brought into the courtroom.
Good lord! Yes, I do believe you're correct, counsel.
Well said. Although, as advocate for the defense, one might say that was a very careless slip of the tongue.
I believe that bloodstain on the floor is a decisive piece of evidence. But if the question is whether or not that evidence is genuine, or whether it was unlawfully fabricated by someone, I feel compelled to admit that there's at least a possibility that the evidence is fake.
This trial is over.
Mr. McGilded,
I've done everything I possibly can to cooperate with the court, but 'tis all over now. But But you're the defendant. 'Tis over, I tell ye. Memory, recollection, what people think they saw, 'tis all a nonsense. Facts are what counts, and the fact is that bloodstain is there, now. Well... And over the course of this desperate trial, long and extremely drawn out as it has been, that good-for-nothing Reaper of the Bailey has failed to present any decisive evidence at all. I'm scandalized, so I am. I thought better of Lord Van Zeeks. Well, my lord?
I must concur with the defendants. The unaffirmed recollections of an individual cannot stand as evidence. At this moment in time, the particular bloodstain in question is very much in existence, and in the absence of any credible method by which to prove its alleged previous non-existence, I regret to say that it would be improper for this trial to continue.
Your lordship can't be serious.
Lord Van Zeeks, what is your position?
The prosecution, my lord, has no further witnesses or evidence to present.
Very well. In that case, as I believe we have explored every possible avenue in this matter, I shall proceed to my adjudication. As a formality, I am of course obliged to confirm with the defense first.
Yeah? What formality? As things stand at the moment, it would seem that Mr. McGillicuddy will be found not guilty. Yes. Which would mean we've won. Is that really the right outcome here? Is it really alright for the trial to come to an end now, with all these unexplained inconsistencies?
Counsel for the defense, your closing statement, please.
Yes, my lord. The defense believes... Well, to be completely honest with you, although everything is innocent, there's a chance, heck, a good chance, that he did it. Because not only is he manipulating the evidence itself, I mean, we basically know it, but because there's no evidence to prove it, you know what I mean? There's that. Plus, he's manipulating the witnesses, literally. As if we go back to before Gina's testimony, she looked at him. She glanced toward him and he said, "Yeah, look, it's alright, testify." Like, you know what I mean? Plus he could have easily just talked to her about what she's supposed to say before, during the smoke screen, when they were both called to the judge's office or whatever, or not, to the prosecution's office. So, in all likelihood, McGillicuddy is guilty. I am here in this courtroom today to advocate for the defense of my client, Mr. McGillicuddy. However, at this moment in time, I cannot, in all good conscience, attest fully to the defendant's innocence.
What are you saying, man?
Without any question, there is no conclusive evidence to prove that the defendant is guilty. However, there is also no conclusive evidence to prove that he is innocent.
Good gracious me! Order! Order! This is unprecedented behavior, counsel. A defense lawyer calling the accused innocent into question? Are you of sound mind?
Oh, it was a grand decision to appoint you as my lawyer, so it was. A grand decision. What? I must say, I didn't quite expect quite such an exciting spectacle to add at the end there, but still, Here, have this for your troubles. Your job here is done, fella, and some fine work you've done, so you have.
What do you mean?
'Tis just as the right honourable gentleman so succinctly put it afore. The trial can't go on any more. And your closing statement there was, how did he put it now? Nothing more than a formality.
Yeah, he's really using his influence to stop the trial here where he's innocent. I really don't know what to make of all this.
Was the evidence we've seen genuine, or was it fake?
His lordship would be fuming. Any unsightly rubbish should be disposed of promptly, as I said.
The stinking rich are always guilty of something. You, mark my words. I feel terribly ashamed that I ever doubted that lovely man who gave us this lovely park.
Now that proceedings have unfolded in this way, I am compelled to declare a premature end to this trial. Furthermore, the court must accept the defendant's plea.
I thank you kindly, my lord.
I hereby pronounce the verdict of this court.
Objection!
But we still haven't determined if the bloodstain on the omnibus is genuine or not. We don't know if these witnesses are telling the truth or a pack of lies. We have no idea about the truth.
Lord Van Zieks,
My lord,
the case made by the prosecution was flawed, plain and simple. If indeed the omnibus presented as evidence was tampered with, the prosecution is at fault for allowing such a disgraceful perversion of justice to take place.
my sincerest apologies, my lord.
Objection!
But wait! When we were evacuated from the courtroom, Lord Van Zieks ordered the evidence to be secured.
I'm afraid the prosecution cannot shun responsibility in this matter.
That's so unfair.
The culpability of the defendant has not, at the present time, been established by the courts. Consequently, the jury will not be required to proffer judgment.
What?
Well, Lord Van Zieks, it's been a pleasure, so it has. And as for you, my dear fella, I couldn't have asked for a better defense. You mean to tell me this has all been a grand waste of time? 'Tis the law of the land, my good man. If you'd like to pursue this matter further, you can always go ahead and try to change the law.
Magnus McGilded.
Good grief, you have more to say to me, have you?
Just one thing. A warning. This is far from over.
Well, something to be looking forward to then.
I hereby pronounce the defendant, Mr. Magnus McGilded, not guilty.
Wow. The first not guilty we're not even happy about. Literally, huh?
I can't believe it.
This is an outrage. They should have examined the evidence more.
What are you talking about? The man's been cleared. He's innocent. So as you can see, we're starting to see the problems already. Probably what Cosmo was trying to fix. Literally, it doesn't matter if you tamper with evidence or not. It doesn't matter if the evidence is true or not. Just because it looks good, that means, well, it must be golden. It must be true. It doesn't matter if you tamper with the evidence somehow because you're rich and powerful or whatever. All that matters is it looks good now, so that's how it is. I mean, seriously. With the courtroom in pandemonium for the second time that day, the judge delivered his verdict. And my first ever trial in Great Britain came to an abrupt end, with the defendant being found not guilty, ostensibly a victory for us. How awful. 18th of February, 5:14 p.m. 5:14? We came in at like 1 something, right? Did this trial literally take the whole day? Like, this trial took a few hours, but I didn't expect it to take a few hours in the actual game world. Seriously? Ugh, my god, though. That certainly was a long trial. Ah, yes, it was. Your first ever trial on foreign soil, and your first victory. It was a wonderful performance. My heartfelt congratulations. And to you, Miss Susato, thank you for your assistance. But still, I suppose we should be happy. The trouble is, we're still completely in the dark about what actually happened. Well, we didn't have enough time. But isn't it wrong? I mean, who was actually responsible for Mr. Mason's death? We don't even know that. The sole aim of the defense is to obtain a verdict that exonerates the defendant. You carried out your duty to perfection. Hi, that you did. Mr. McGilded. Ah, and that girl is with him too. Well, it seems the stories are true. Oh? What stories? How about the 6 enormous fireworks they do be letting off when there's a verdict of not guilty? I'm sure you must have seen them now. Spectacular, wouldn't you say? Yes, definitely. I'd heard it was a sight to behold, and to be sure it was. And have you to thank, I suppose, for having an opportunity to see it. Oh, I don't know about that. I'm not really sure I did anything. And what the not are you saying, fella? How did I walk out of there a free man, then? I don't think it was so much thanks to me as down to your planning. You're a straight-talking fella, aren't you? I must say, you had me astray in the head there once or twice. But you're young and headstrong. 'Tis water under the bridge. Congratulations, Mr. McGilded, on having your name cleared. But nothing resolved. There's only one thing that matters to me. Oh? Aye. They've all seen that I didn't do that odious and abstinent deed. 'Tis grand, is it not? I suppose it is. Now, the fine fellows of Scotland Yard can take matters in hand and sort out any weird details. Tell say it for what it is. Tell get to the truth. I have absolute faith in them, so I have. After all, I do be providing a good number of their wages and all the taxes I pay. It's not that funny. So then, has we agreed beforehand? 1,000 guineas for your troubles, fella. Oh, no, I couldn't possibly accept that much. Ara, be whist! You're a humble people, are you? You from the east. Well, if you insist.
But of this, still in all, you deserve a reward.
Mr. Magnus McGelded. Everything is ready, sir. If you'd like to follow me into the courtroom.
Into the courtroom? What's this, officer? 'Tis sooner than I was led to believe.
I hope it's not inconvenient, sir.
There are some changes to the schedule. And my voice was awful. Well, I must be making tracks now. 'Tis time for the inspection. Sorry? What inspection? They're going to examine the omnibus again, so I'm told. I asked if I could be present for it myself. They're going to examine it again? Now? Naturally, I'm under no obligation to take part in any more to this matter now. But, as an upstanding member of London society, I do be doing my best now to help wherever I can. 'Tis a gentleman's duty, so it is. So then, fare thee well. 'Twas an absolute pleasure meeting yous. I hope you have a whale of a time while you're studying here in Great Britain. And there he goes, a free man. Oh, I forgot she was here too. No move. Whereas I want to say, get a move on. She really does take forever to load that thing. Mr. Strahd, would you mind putting that thing down? You're a grown-up. Sorry? And I ain't all grown-ups. Yeah, a grown-up? Naruhodo's like, what, 20-something? I mean, sure he's an adult, but like, I wouldn't go so far as to say he's a grown-up. Oh. Oh, snap. I was wondering what I was going to do for this voice. How did their voice go? Ah! No. 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 Okay, maybe. Ah, there you are. Naughty, naughty, running off like that. Is this some kind of picnic? Who's this little girl now? And taking that with you as well. I was looking for to forge the trial of my experimental smoke grenade launcher. Ha! Oh, do you want to play? You won't beat me. Excuse me, but who are you? Oh, good day to you. I'm, well, the inventor, I suppose, of that machine. The inventor? Well, normal smoke grenades are so dull, don't you agree? White, white, and more white. If you have to be shrouded in smoke, it could at least be a pretty color. I thought to myself. Do we have to be shrouded in smoke, though? At all? I just took my eyes off it for a moment while I was changing into a different omnibus, and she pinched it. Luckily, I fitted it with a telegraphic beacon. What? I have no idea what this girl is talking about. Anyway, you're coming with me now, back to my laboratory.
What? What for?
To apologize, of course, silly, to my technician.
What? You mean, say sorry?
You must say sorry when you've done something wrong. Surely an adult has told you that before.
An adult?
I don't listen to no adults. Come along then, follow me. Fine, have it your way. Oh good, you see, I knew you'd want to do the right thing in the end. I'm fairly sure that what she wants is not to get shot by that massive gun of yours. We'll be leaving now then. Bye-bye. I'm so sorry for all the fuss. Yeah, just a random girl walked in, what's it called? Said, hey, come here, witness, and then just left.
Really? She was a lively one. Well, do you think perhaps we ought to be on our way now too? Yes, you're right. But, where to? Oh! We haven't had time to find a place to stay. No sooner had we arrived in London than we had to rush here. All our traveling cases are still with the bailiff. I was originally planning to spend today in search of lodgings. But at this late hour in the day, I'm afraid we may be out of luck. Late? It's 5 p.m. Talking about late. There should still be lodgings then.
Don't worry though, I have a plan. If the worst comes to worst, I've heard of a lovely park where we could spend the night.
Please tell me you're not thinking of McGilded Park.
I know it may be a little chilly at this time of year, but our youthfulness will see us through.
I'm not so sure about that. I think a midwinter London night will freeze a young person solid just as easily as an elderly one. This ain't midwinter. This is what? As I recall, because well, I mean, it's not really a spoiler, but the second game, Ace Attorney 2, the Great Ace Attorney 2, takes place, what, like half a year or like a few months after this one. In August, I think? August or September of the same year. So, by that logic, this must take place in February. No. Ooh, February was when thing happened. So this takes place in March, right? Let me go up. That's probably too far, but no, dang it. Whatever though.
Oh dear, that doesn't sound agreeable.
Now I'm starting to turn Mr. McGilded down. That 1,000 guineas would have paid for a lovely warm room or mansion. Well, and so the trial to determine my worthiness for the study tour was over by the end of our first day in London. However, as we were soon to learn, there were more trying times ahead. Just as the Reaper of the Bailey had warned, the case was far from over. Ooh, anime. What's happening?
Get the fire brigade! Water!
Yeah, somebody lit it on fire
How did this happen?
to get rid of all the evidence. McGilded lit it on fire.
No one was supposed to be allowed in here before we started investigating.
Yeah? McGilded lit the thing on fire.
God,
Like,
there's someone in there.
well, they opened the window. They can just dash out now, right?
This can't be.
Yeah? Like, huh. No, I'm just thinking about Ben Zeke's image. That was a really good look for him. I might make that into the thumbnail if I can. Alright, let's save our current progress. Right? Yeah. We're on 4. Yes, so let's go 5. Which is my favorite case of this game. The Adventure of the Clouded Kokoro. So, yeah. In this last few minutes, I want to talk about some thoughts. Because literally, this defines the very problem that's been in the British legal system at the time. Literally. Well, yeah, I wouldn't say in modern day, but like even in the past, yeah, before forensics forensic science was really invented. You know, at that point they just looked at the scene and was like, oh, there's blood there, and there's blood there, and there's blood there. This must surely be how it happened, right? But so then They just said it that way. But if you were rich, or at the very least were smart enough and cunning enough, you could easily just fabricate some evidence, add a few things, remove a few things, the works. And when the people would investigate, they would be like, oh, but this is different. Be like, do you have any proof that this was different? No. Well, then it must be your memory making a mistake. You know what I mean? So it's like, literally the main issue here with the system at the time. Oh well. What a case, really. But yeah, I think to be honest with you, that is the end of the tutorial cases. Well, not tutorial cases per se, but yeah. I don't know why this game did this, but like usually in Ace Attorney, you'd get the first case, which is a tutorial and everything, and then the second case, which would be mostly your first real case. You know what I mean? But in this game, I mean, it's like you have the first case to know everything about the trial, this case to know about the everything, but then this is literally just a trial. So it's like, you know what I mean? It doesn't have the investigation. So really, personally, I think episode 4 is the game's first real case, because we get investigation then. We get to look around and thing and have a trial at the end of it. So it's like, you know? Anyways, we're going to head into this episode next time, and yeah. So, with that being said, I will see you all next time.